Hey, how's everybody doing today? In the news segment brought to you by DeSilva's Media, a company that you can learn to trust and grow with. Hey, our business today and our news is talking about DeSilva's Media. Now, a lot of times I've been asking for donations on here every day, but like I said, you have to look with your heart and know where to give. Now, I've always asked for donations as in getting work here, calling here, getting referrals here, having people come here, having people to do their work. So there's other ways you can make money, other ways you can give in that way by sending people here for us to do your work, for the services. Now, there's all kinds of services that we do, like tax preparation, like if you got taxes and you need to get them done, we can actually do them and charge a good, clean that lens off, we can charge a good, tax rate there, and, and also, it'll be better than what, other companies charge. I don't want to get sued for saying their names because you're not allowed to do that. But it'll be better than the competition. Trust me, you'll save probably about $20 or so than what they would charge. Like the ones you see at Walmart and things. They say that. They go in there and set up every year. So, and then we also do information services. What that is, like if you want to find somebody, we can help you find that person. Or they owe you a bill and you need to find them, we can help you find where they're located. By using search engines and also using other private search engines that you have to have clearances on to find out. But that stuff is not free. All right. That stuff does cost and is expensive. All right. And not only that, and also doing taxes, there's a cost with that. It's just like doing computer work. And we fix game consoles, tablets. This is some of the things we do too. Computer repairs, both inside the computer as well as also software too. We do hardware and software repairs. We also can teach people on how to use the various hardware and software. And we also can build systems too from scratch. Or we can go through Dell or go through a company like HP, and we can go through like other companies like Sony Vaio, and we can have them build it for you too. And then of course we get a commission off that because we, including with when they get it sent to you, we come out there and help set it up for you and get it registered and get it all put together and show you how to basically generally use it. If you don't know how to use it, or we just go in there and set it up for you, and then you can put it together and get it registered, and then you can do the rest. And of course, our contract fees vary. If you get one that's a couple $1,000s a month, or you can get what is called you can sign on and just get what is called a pay-as-you-go kind of contract. But it's better to get the more like a package kind of deal. Like we come in there and help you out, and whether we're there every month or not, you still have to send a fee in, because that's part of the contract. You always have to send that monthly fee in. So if we bill you for $500 a month for contract work, whether we're there every month or not, you still have to pay it. Because that's the thing about a contract. And that way when we do come, then of course it's cheaper, because then you don't have to pay a lot of other costs like you do when you go do it by the hour. So we can do by the hour too. And it's just like, when people always ask that question, what do you charge? Oh, you charge $75 an hour for basic labor. And you charge, $95 for ultimate labor, and elite you charge $125 for home-based business, or like $95 for a corporation for basic. Ultimate would be $125, and elite would be $145 an hour. So that's on a weekday. And if we do this on the weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, that would be the weekend. That would be times that, depending on what you get. Now, of course, if you have to get equipment, if it comes to where we have to order a piece of equipment and we have to wait, we don't charge you. Unless we do the work and we've called you, and then you get a late fee, a shelf fee of $50 every day until you pick up your product. So when we call you, you have 24 hours to get your product out of here after it's been ticketed to be finished and fixed, all right, or that's been looked at and serviced. And then if you get it out of here before 24 hours, there's no fee. But if you leave it in here after a day, then there's a $55 shelf fee, because it's taking up space, and there's not a lot of space here. So we like to fix things as quick as we can and get them back to you as quick as we can. Even on basic labor, I like to do that. So, as a lot of times, even on basic labor, if it's an easy job or something that isn't that hard, I usually fix it in the same day, in a couple hours. But if it's something we have to order a piece, then you got to wait a few days. If you paid for the elite package, you automatically get booted down to the basic package if we have to wait for a part to come in 3 or 4 days before I can finish the job. Of course, while it's sitting here, you won't be charged anything while it sits until I work on it, and that's when the hours will recommence. I just charge for the hours that I do. If it's hourly work, if it's contract work, however, you don't, all those charges there that we talked about, that's just by the hour if you're a corporation or a business. Some people think it's better to pay by the hour, and some people think it's better to pay by contract. In ways, it is better, because some months you don't need us to come in to do anything. But yet, on the other months when you do, you've already paid that in advance. So, like, if you get a basic package and you have 10 computers, you're going to be paying $800 a month. Now, we won't be there every month doing work on your computers, but we might be there every 2 or 3 months, on site as well as remote. I'll be checking every month remotely to see what I can do that where I don't have to come in, but that's part of the fee. You pay for that, okay? But like, say, if you have 10 computers, it's $800 a month, because that's your virus protection. That's all your drives and everything will be defragged when your company is closed, meaning we're open, and we'll have to have full access to your computers while you're closed, so we can do all the updates necessarily and get them all restarted, rebooted, and all that stuff before you open, so that they'll work like they're supposed to. And we'll have to have total access to them, so we can do that, because it's the only way they can be accomplished. And we don't have to be there on site. But sometimes I will have to go to your business when you're closed to do actually physical upgrades that won't take very well by doing it simply by remote assistance. So sometimes you still have to come in. But see, in a contract, you don't have to pay for things for coming out, because part of that $800 you pay for 10 computers, if you have 20 computers, well, then it's $1,200, if you have a month. If you have 40 computers, well, then it's, $2,000 and so on, a month. But see, even though you're paying that money, it's a lot of money. But see, then you don't have to worry about us. You don't have to worry about us going out there and you paying us to come out, because that's all what you paid when we didn't have to come out there. So we won't always have to come out there, but probably every 3 months we'll be coming out there for maintenance and things, because that's part of the contract. And we can do a lot of that through remote, like I said, but you're still paying for that. So you're not getting ripped off or anything, but that's how all companies do it. And, contracts actually do save you money, because even on some of the months when we don't come out there, you actually already paid for our work in advance. So, see, that's how that works. And so, that way when there's more work that has to be done, you've already paid for it. And I actually keep a balance of what you paid based on it. Now, if it goes over what your balance is, because, for general work and stuff, it'll be covered. But like if you have to order parts, you still have to pay for those, even in a contract. The parts you got to pay for. But we're talking about the hourly rate and the labor, and we're talking about the service to come out, the fuel charge and all that. If we come out to you, but if you come to us, then you don't have to worry about a fuel charge. That's all covered in a contract. Whereas if you're doing it by the hour, you got to pay all those fees separately. To come out, the service charge, and then, the equipment service access charge, and then, of course, the labor, and the taxes and things. See, in a contract, all that stuff's paid for, because that's why you pay $500, $800 a month, all the way up to about, $5,000 a month. If you have 100 computers, we're talking about probably $6,500 a month. That's 700 computers, or not 700 computers, but if you have like 500 computers, and if you get like 10,000 computers, then we're talking about probably around 12,500 a month. Yeah, it can get really expensive, but it's a good deal. I mean, really it is, because if something goes wrong, because basically all those computers are going to be the same computer exactly on the inside and out. They're what are called a network or common computer. And basically what we do is we just upload a service pack, and it just goes to all of them all at the same time. That's called a service pack setup. And we're able to do all the updates all in one shot. So if you have 1,000 or you have 1,000,000 computers or whatever you have, we can update them all and hit them all with the latest drivers and everything all at one time. It saves a whole lot of work too. So, but that's what you pay for. And that's why it's so important, that you keep that if you have computers, even if you're a small business, that they all be the same model and brand and the same type of computer on the inside. It helps save a lot of work. But if you have, a lot of small businesses I go to, they all have different computers, even when they're on contract. So the contract might actually be a little bit more. It may be a little higher than what it would be if you would have had all the same exact model of computer. as opposed to having 4 different types of computer, even though they're the same brand. That's not the same model because they're all different models. So, I mean, you can give it that way. You give it time, you give it service. And my family, they're not really into it. My mother's sitting there telling me, oh, you need to go get a job. Maybe you could go work part-time somewhere, and that way you won't be able to develop your business, Because I would never really want to support your business, and I really don't think about your business, and I really think highly about you, son. And I really don't think you really have anything, because that's the kind of message she was giving me this morning. That really felt really wonderful to hear, and that's why they don't want to give no money. And same with families like that. The family thinks I'm a loser, and they don't want to give either. They don't really show any support at all with my business. Now, they might have helped me with other things, but they're not, financially with my apartment and stuff. But they're not really showing any enthusiasm to help me. But like if it was EL or somebody else, that would be different. They'd be all behind him and showing him and giving him money left and right, hand over fist. But when it comes to me, I'm a loser. I got to go get a job because what I have isn't really a job. With my business, the preaching is not real. It's not. It's all made up, I guess, but it's not made up because I do it every Sunday morning, and it is real. And there are people that do show up. But the thing is, it's really weird that my family isn't really on board or behind me here, and that's what I don't understand. So what I'm asking you folks is that you really need. If you really do care about a ministry, you need to give sincerely and cheerfully. Because the whole point about the whole thing is when you are, and you need to have a support system, and your family should support you. That's why it got me a little upset there, And, you could give by donating work, computer work, instead of going to these other guys that want to charge you, all these little fees that end up more than what we charge when it's all done. It's $35 here, it's 60 here, 40 here, and then by the time you get done, it's like over $1,000 worth of stuff you're paying. And you don't understand why it is that, but because you want it all to be broken down, and rather than all just being one set fee. And that's what we do here. It's by the hour, and of course, if you do get parts, you got to pay for the parts over top of the hour fee. And same in the contract, you got to buy the parts, you got to order the hardware yourself. We'll tell you what to get, and you can order it. Well, we can order it. We charge 25% commission on that. So on both business and home. So yeah, I can do that for you because I actually tell you what to get, give you the part numbers and all that, and tell you where you can go get it from, on a regular commercial site. And we can order off our discount sites. But the thing is, it's up to however you want to do because you're the one that's paying the bill. So, we can do it for you and charge you 25% commission on the total cost of those parts, when we order it. And we just take it off your credit card that's on file. Or you can order it yourself. We'll just give you the numbers and you can order it wherever you get it at, wherever you go to get it normally. And then when you get the parts, you just don't open them up, don't touch them. Just let us know when you get them. We'll come and do the work as soon as you get them. And you won't get charged anything more until I actually work on them. But, you'll get charged for the hour when I looked at it. When I came over there and looked at it, I'll give you an estimate basically telling you, but when I actually look at it, that's when the charges happen. It's when the hourly rates happen. But when I actually give you an estimate, it's just telling you what I think might be wrong from what you're telling me. Doesn't mean it's exactly fully right because it isn't, because I haven't really looked at it. But when I start looking at it and opening it up and tinkering with it, the software, hardware, and so forth, that's when you get charged. The free estimate is when I just tell you what it might be, but that's not without me fully knowing because I'm not God and I can only tell you what you're telling me what it might be, but it doesn't mean that's what it is. Okay, and that's how it is with every computer person. That's just the truth. Until we actually really get to look inside that thing and see what it really is doing up close and personal, then that's when we have a real understanding what's going on, and then I can know what to tell you. But I can give you an estimate. That's what's free. It's just generally giving you what you're telling me what it might be. But you may not be communicating to me with the right words, and that may be the case, but that may be why it was wrong. But if you know a little bit about computers, you may be using the right words. Some people do, and they do a very good job. So there's ways y'all can give. Show support. And when you give, you get blessed. The Bible doesn't say how you'll get blessed, that God's going to bless you. But when you do it with a sincere heart and with contrite and with a sacrificial motive, by helping New Hunter Church of Christ as well as the Silver's Media on our online ministry, like what we're doing here, you're actually getting a lot of good in-source. You're getting a lot of resources and a lot of good and valuable information that actually you can feel good about giving and doing, essentially for the greater good. Because that's what we're all about. And we will give you a personal ledger, like I said, to show you what expenses and where your money actually is being spent and how it's being used for the Silver's Media, if you want to see it, like for the electricity, the internet, the breakdown of all that stuff. But, you're not going to get that unless you give. because I don't feel like, why should I show you my underwear when you haven't even made an attempt to, because basically that's what I'm doing. Why should I show you my underwear when you're not really going to even give? You just want to see my underwear. And if I got to show you all the personal expenses, then I feel like you should make a personal commitment. Because if I got to show you my underwear, then you need to throw me some money that way. And I don't mind showing you that, but you need to show me that you're committed by making a contribution. Because remember, because that's personal. And of course, there's nothing wrong with it because you have a right to know. But if you're going to give, then only people that give get to see that information. But those who don't give, I'm not going to just send it to you so you can look at it when you're not going to give. Okay? And it's just like my mom. She don't understand or really get it, but this is a real church over here, folks. Real people come. Big things are happening, and more bigger things will happen based on your giving. That's why it's so important to give, folks. Prayerfully and faithfully, and also petition with God. Pray for us daily, weekly, monthly, because I need your prayers. I really do. I need it on a mental level, a spiritual level. I got a family that doesn't even give a flying leap about me and isn't really showing any support with my ministry, has not really shown any support at all, financially, materialized, or anything when it came to this ministry, anyway, when it first began. And they're not really showing any support right now. So that's why I need your help. And those people who really know me out there from camp and all, and who know me from Liberty University, who I went to school with, Roanoke Bible College, and now Mid-Atlantic MacU, not the Hamburger University of McDonald's, but MacU and Tidewater. And those people that went to Johnson Bible College, now known as Johnson University, know where my heart is and know who I'm really about. And if you really want to help, then please do. We really need it. Thanks to all those that do. And I love you. And please subscribe down below here where it says subscribe. It'll be red. Just click on that little subscribe thing and get it going. And like I said, if you want to see stuff, you have to give. Before I give you a personal statement of where everything's going, you need to also show your commitment by giving, and I'll be glad to show you that. Because I will. I have it here. Every month, a ledger. So, and you'll have a copy of that, but I'm not just going to give it to you just so you can look at it if you're not going to even make a commitment first to give to this cause. All right, thanks a lot for all those that do, and see you later. And I hope you can get involved in some way, fashion, in a real growing church that's in Mechanicsville, Virginia. And get involved by showing support for De Silva's media. Why not make a donation today? I'll see you later. This is Michael De Silva. Don't be like my family, always making excuses, having legalistic views, but really show because you really want to give, because you have support and solidarity and the same vision to get the truth exposed and to get the truth out of God's Word to everyone. And join us on Wednesday night for our study in Revelation, Lesson 24 next week. Lesson 23 is already out there. So please, why not stop and watch that? And watch our Sunday morning services. I think they're just as entertaining, very insightful, and very wholesome. And I think you'll enjoy them. And I love you. And thank you once. And like I said, I cannot say it enough. Thank you to all those that have helped us and who are helping us. Why not make a commitment today? A monthly commitment, $25. Or maybe a yearly commitment, $1,000. Or maybe, a one-time commitment, of whatever you choose. But whatever your choice is, may you do it through the power of the Lord. And always sacrifice. And remember that seed is sown to do a world of good. Think about that. Be a good steward. Why not show by giving today? See you later. Bye for now. God bless you. I love you. Even though I may have never met you, I still love you.